On today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you why faking it until you make it is actually the fastest way to burn out and actually get off track with any goal you have in your life. Stay tuned. Ah, that famous phrase, fake it until you make it. Force it and you will be it. Even, no matter who is saying it. Faking it until you make it is the quickest way to burn out. It is. And here is why. We are not talking about not getting yourself out of your comfort zone, not reconnecting to what is the type of personality that you want to connect with that is in your future self. Not at all. I truly believe in connecting with that vision of who you are, this energetic, magnetic, empowered person showing up in their business, in their life, enjoying their life. Like, I want you to connect to that image of the life that you want to create. But you want to create it in a certain way that is aligned to you, your goals, not to make somebody happy, not to follow whatever society is telling you to follow, but actually envisioning you with all the freedom in the world, with like, you can do whatever you want. You are the lead actress in your life. What is that vision? And when you're thinking about that vision, about that person, about you being exactly the goal and the dream that you're on the path towards, this actually comes from a highest self. This comes from not changing who you are, but becoming more of who you are. And when you're focusing on fake it until you make it, you're not actually aligning to who you are. You're fitting the mold of somebody else. You're fitting the shoulds and shouldn'ts of society. It's not who you are. It's not your highest self. Your highest self is in you. Your highest self is not like according to what somebody else thinks it is. Your highest self, your true highest self, is where you feel the most aligned and ambitious and happy, is already within you. And when you're following that fake it until you make it, you're actually using somebody else's image or thought of what the highest self is, and you're actually setting yourself up to disaster or why it's not going to be working out in the long term. So instead of thinking, let's fake it until we make it, how can I be it to make it? You feel that difference. Not fake it until I make it. How can I be it to make it? How can I be that highest self today? If I'm imagining myself, for example, a certain goal, you are in an amazing committed relationship, you have a successful business, you are traveling the world, feeling strong and fit and energized to say yes to any activity that comes your way. What is that person doing? What is that person emanating? What is that person creating? What is that person processing every single day to be that person? So if you want to be in a loving relationship, you need to be in a loving relationship with yourself today. If you want to be that successful business person, you need to be successful at leading your life today. If you want to experience all these amazing activities by being fit and strong and active, then you need to be the person who's active today. You see how we created that shift? We're not faking it. We're actually connecting to the qualities and even the personality traits of who the highest self, who the highest me is, when we peel all these layers of what society told us we should and should not do, or who we should and should not be. You know, we all have these shoulds and shouldn'ts in our life. And when you're able to peel all those layers, it actually brings that clarity of, there's a whole different level of personality traits that we want to kind of bring forward and leading by example. If you're curious more about this amazing concept, I strongly recommend to dive into any books or teachings or videos from Dr. Joe Dispenza. When I got into his like bubble, I call him Dr. JD, it really transformed my life. Because when I see other personal development people talking, it's like fake it until you make it, you know, the 5 a.m. club. You need to be a certain size, certain weight, certain look, certain outfit, certain haircut, like everything. We have to fit this certain mold. But what he was talking about in a lot of his books is that that mold that's created is actually has suffocated who we truly are. It suffocated our highest self. It suffocated who we can actually be as a happy and healthy and confident and empowered and blissful person. And it's not by going and blaming others at all. It's us taking that control, taking that stand, taking that step to not reach out of trying to find who's going to save me or, ooh, what's the overnight solution to help me get there? It's actually tuning in to that highest vision, that highest person that is within you already. And then stepping out and seeing, okay, who's going to be the person or the reading or the mentor or the coach is going to help me through this process. Because that process, it is so hard to make it on our own. As much as we're ambitious and driven, it's not a process we want to do on our own. We need to get out of our own way, but we need somebody else to help us to see our blind spots and show us, listen, I've been through this process, been there, done that. I can help you and guide you. I'm not here to save you. I'm here to guide you. And it's so rewarding working with somebody and just saying like, oh my God, I'm supported, because probably people around you might not actually be talking about all this. So as I come back to the title of today's episode, today's training is stop faking it until you make it. Start being it to make it. Start being that person, that personality trait, that energy here and now. Let me recap in terms of, you want a loving relationship. How can you be loving now to the most important person in your life? Yourself. You want to have that successful business. You want to be a leader. How can you be the leader of your life, of your day today? What are the actions you can do today to actually feel you are leading your life and you're not just following and letting other people lead your life and you're just kind of like being the secondary character in your own life? Be the leader, be the lead actress in your own life. And we're talking in terms of, we talked about love, we talked about successful relationships, and the thing we talk about in terms of like, you want to feel strong and confident and active, and you want to book that beach vacation, and you want to go hiking, and you want to maybe show up on video for your business, you want to go up on stage and speak and be a keynote speaker, because that is my goal right now in my business. So it really speaks to me, doing keynote and speaking on stages, on big stages. I'm like, oh, so vibrant just talking about it. How can you right now be that person who's taking care of your body, that you actually are taking the actions, not to lose weight and change a number on the scale and just becoming a size 2, because that does not create confidence. How can you actually start taking care of your body to boost your energy, to feel strong, to have the posture? How can you do that today? To actually eat in a certain way that fits your body if you have any inflammation or health issues. How can you actually optimize your health, optimize your day that aligns to the vision that you want to create, that you want to live, that you want to embody, that you want to enjoy? This is where you need to be it to make it. Be your highest self today, your highest self. Be it right here, right now. Put your stake on the ground and saying, this is it. And that will transform your vision. That will transform the way you see things, because instead of trying to find the answer outside, all the answers are within. And then when you bring those answers out, or even if you have difficulty, this is when you kind of work with a coach. I worked out with a lot of my clients, helping them uncover, taking all these layers of the shoulds and the shouldn'ts, all those fears that are around them, and actually understand what is their true joy, their inner child inside what it wants. And then we create a process to actually bring that out into the world confidently, empowered, and always having fun in the journey. So I would like you to kind of recap on your day, recap on your week, recap on your life. Have you been following a process of faking it till you make it? I'll just put up with this. I'll just put up a smile. I'll just follow this because it worked for that person. Or have you been being it to make it? Are you actually taking those aligned actions from your highest self towards not changing who you are, but becoming more who you actually are? And you want to dive more into that? I will talk about that more in future episodes. But if you're so curious, like I was when I started hearing this kind of like different way of seeing our life, of being the viewer of our life, be able to analyze who we are is not actually who we are. We are just an accumulation of what we've been hoarding through our whole life. And we just need to kind of like, throw some stuff out. Would love to like clean it up like a closet. It's a little bit more intellectual. There's more things we need to take care of like that, but it is kind of that. It's like, how can you clean out the clutter that you've been piling on all those years, according to what society and your family and your relationships and the environment has been telling you? So with that in mind, think about it. Ponder on it, journal on it, and if you want to know more, research Dr. Joe Dispenza, amazing. Message me if you have any of the books that you're reading. I've read his books already 2-3 times, so there's always like new key takeaways coming in. And I really hope you enjoyed today's training because this is the vision, this is the image to help you be it, to make it, and not to fake it. Life is too short to fake it. You're true, you're honest, you have so much stuff to give. Let's bring the you, the amazing you, the empowered you out and let her embody her best life. So on that note, my name is Dina Marabi. I'm a health and mindset coach, and I'll catch you in the next episode.